Hello students, welcome to Social Science online classes. In this session, let's discuss the 8th chapter of history, that is Gandhi era and national movement. We shall start the chapter with non-cooperation movement. Okay, before knowing about the non-cooperation movement, let's know what is non-cooperation movement. Okay, non-cooperation movement was launched on September 4th in 1920. Okay. Non-cooperation movement was a significant phase of the Indian independence movement from Britishers' rule. It was led by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It aimed to resist British rule in India through non-violent means of satyagraha. What it is? It aimed to resist, or it aimed to oppose the British rule in India through non-violent means of satyagraha. Okay. Now let's know why this non-cooperation movement was launched. See, the incident of Jallianwala Bagh massacre saddened people like Gandhiji and others. Okay, military rule was implemented in Punjab after Jallianwala Bagh incident. Rabindranath Tagore returned his knighthood award back, opposing this mindless violence that took place in Jallianwala. Okay, this became the reason for the launching of a non-cooperation movement by Gandhiji. Later, Udham Singh, a revolutionary, killed Michael O'Dwyer in England, who was the main cause for the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Now let's know some more reasons for launching non-cooperation movement. Some of the reasons were to bring people to inculcate the sense of nationalism, in order to inculcate or to build the sense of nationalism among the people of India. Another reason was to paralyze the British administration, or to weaken the British administration by not cooperating with them, and to make the British realize that they cannot function without the active support of the Indians. And the other reason, third reason for launching non-cooperation movement was to bring about Hindu-Muslim unity and to attain complete Swaraj, or to attain complete freedom. And fourth one is to avenge the wrong done by the government in Punjab. Okay, that is Jallianwala Bagh massacre in a non-violent way. Mahatma Gandhi, in his book Hind Swaraj, outlined the reasons for launching the movement. Mahatma Gandhi declared that British rule was established in India with the cooperation of Indians and had survived only because of this cooperation. Okay, what did Mahatma Gandhi say? Mahatma Gandhi, in his book, he declared that British rule was established in India only with the cooperation Indians, and it survived, the British government survived only because of the cooperation by the Indians. Okay, he believed that, who? Mahatma Gandhi ji believed that we need to paralyze and cripple the British administration. It means Mahatma Gandhi ji believed that we need to weaken the British administration and to make them realize that they cannot function without the active support of the Indians. Then it is because of this Mahatma Gandhi ji gave a call for non-cooperation, that is not to cooperate with the British, and asked people of India to boycott of civil services, army, police, courts and legislative councils, schools and foreign goods. This will severely damage British interests in India. Okay. It was also launched against the non-cooperation movement was also launched against Rowlatt Act and the Jallianwala Bagh incident. Now coming to Rowlatt Act, what is this Rowlatt Act? This Rowlatt Act means arresting the people, that is arresting Indians without a warrant. Okay, what is this Rowlatt Act? The Rowlatt Act, the British had the permission to arrest the common people of India without warrant. Okay, so it was launched against Rowlatt Act and the Jallianwala Bagh incident. It was launched to protest against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre also, and to demand the Swaraj, the non-cooperation movement was launched. The other reasons to start the non-cooperation movement was that Gandhiji lost faith in constitutional methods and turned from cooperator of the British rule to non-cooperator. So, for these reasons, what happened? Non-cooperation movement was launched. Okay, now let's see the non-cooperation movement in detail. The Congress held its special national convention in Calcutta on September 4th, 1920. It aimed at educating the people about the British for their brutal killing and also preventing Jallianwala Bagh like incidents in future opposing the British rule. Okay, the Congress passed a resolution to hold non-cooperation movement in Calcutta Convention. Okay, where it passed its resolution to hold non-cooperation movement in Calcutta Convention. Let's see the aims of non-cooperation movement. Okay, what were the aims? The aims of non-cooperation movement was to gain complete Swaraj through ahimsa, that is through non-violence. To gain complete Swaraj through ahimsa, educating the people about the British for their brutal killing, preventing Jallianwala Bagh like incidents in future, opposing the British rule completely. Okay, now demands non-cooperation of the non-cooperation movement. Withdrawing Rowlatt Act, which the British had passed. Revolutionaries wanted reforms in the non-cooperation movement political system which would lead to complete Swaraj. The main programs of non-cooperation movement were boycotting schools, colleges and courts, boycotting elections to regional legislatures held according to 1919 Act, returning the honors and medals given by the British, nominated members to the local bodies resigning from their membership, boycotting all the government functions, boycotting all foreign goods. Apart from these, the non-cooperation movement aimed at encouraging the activities of handlooms and the production of khadi. It also wanted to open national schools to gain unity among the Muslims and Hindus, eradicating untouchability and uplifting the women by empowering them. Now let's have a look over the major developments that took place during non-cooperation movement. The major developments that took place during the non-cooperation movement. Okay, many senior lawyers like Deshabandhu Das, Motilal Nehru, Rajendra left their legal practice. They were practicing as a lawyers, so they left their legal practice. Colleges, the students did not go to schools and colleges. Congress boycotted the elections for local bodies or the regional bodies which were held under the 1919 Act by not naming any candidates for the elections. Okay. Many national institutions like Kashi Vidyapita, Gujarat Vidyapita, Bihar Vidyapita and Jamia Millia Islamia Rashtriya Vidyalaya were established. See what happened, what developments took place. Many Indian institutes like Kashi Vidyapita, Gujarat Vidyapita, Bihar Vidyapita, etc. were established. And Ravindranath Tagore returned his knighthood award. Ravindranath Tagore returned his knighthood award. Common people and women donated liberally to the Congress shops. Selling foreign goods were boycotted and foreign clothes were burnt. Okay, in a mass, in a group, what happened? All foreign goods were burnt off, and even the women, common people and women, whatever they had, they donated without hesitating to the Congress. Okay, shops selling foreign goods were totally boycotted. Nobody purchased from those shops who were selling the foreign goods, and foreign clothes were burnt. The visit of a Prince of Wales in 1921 was opposed. The Prince of Wales was coming to India, so the people of India, they opposed his arrival to India. That is, the visit of Prince of Wales in 1921 was opposed. Okay. Now the impacts of non-cooperation movement. What were the impacts, results of non-cooperation movement? Though many of its main aims remained unachieved, it created some deep impacts. The freedom movement became people's movement now. Now what happened? The freedom movement of India became the people's movement. The Congress-led movement took some revolutionary turns. Okay. Now the Congress which led the movement, some of the movements became revolutionary turns. It took revolutionary turns. The Hindu-Muslim unity was temporarily achieved. Listen here. The Hindu-Muslim unity was temporarily achieved. The national freedom movement went beyond the boundaries of the cities and entered villages also. Now what happened? The freedom movement reached the villages of the country also. The attempts to remove untouchability and entry of women into public places were the important achievements of this movement. Apart from this, what happened? The foreign clothes, the import of foreign clothes just halved between 1921 and 1922, and its value dropped from 102 crore to 57 crore rupees. Okay, so these were some of the impacts, these were some of the results of or the impacts of non-cooperation movement. Coming to the next, that is Chauri Chaura incident. Chauri Chaura incident. Okay. The Chauri Chaura incident took place on February 5th in 1922 at Chauri Chaura, a place called Chauri Chaura in the Gorakhpur district of the United Province in British India, that is the present Uttar Pradesh. Okay, where did it take place? The Chauri Chaura incident took place on 5th February 1922 at Chauri Chaura in the Gorakhpur district of Uttar Pradesh. That time it was the united province in British India. Okay. See here, on February 5, 1922, a big group of around 3,000 farmers assembled in front of the police station in Chauri Chaura. They had assembled the police officer who had beaten Congress workers when they were protesting in front of an arak shop. The police now when they had gathered in front of a arak shop, the police started shooting from window inside the police station. The people got angry. See, simply the police started shooting them from inside the station. People got angry by this. People got angry with this act of police. So people, what they did, they the police station. Okay, they torched the police station means they what they did, they burned the police station. They locked the police, or they put a latch to the police station from outside, and they poured kerosene oil on the police station and set a fire. So they burned the police station. Why? Because people were angry with the act of the police. Simply they started shooting from inside the station. So people got angry with this incident and they locked the police station from outside and burnt it. So in this incident, what happened? 22 policemen were put to death, and along with the 22 police, 3 civilians were also killed in this incident. Okay. Such violent incidents repeated in other places also. Now Gandhiji realized that due to the lack of preparation and morality among the people to hold non-violent protest. Okay. So Gandhiji realized that this incident took place due to the lack of preparation and morality among the people. So hence what he did, he withdrew the non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji was very much upset, or he was very much saddened with the Chauri Chaura incident. Why? Because he wanted to get the complete Swaraj through, but whereas the people involved in violent acts, so he was unhappy and he withdrew the non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji appealed to the Indian public. Gandhiji appealed to the Indian public for all resistance to end. He appealed the Indian public to stop all the resistance and went on went on a fast lasting 3 weeks and called off the non-cooperation movement. The non-cooperation movement was drawn because of Chauri Chaura incident. Okay. The British held Gandhiji responsible for all the violent uprisings or all the violent developments that took place in Chauri Chaura, and the British arrested Gandhiji on March 10th, 1922 and imprisoned him for 6 years. But fortunately, he was released after 2 years on the grounds of ill health. The decision of Gandhiji for withdrawing the non-cooperation movement led to a political vacuum or political emptiness. Okay, so this was what about the Chauri Chaura incident.